if you think about the name Savile, especially in the recent years, like maybe last 10 years, it has had a lot of attention, especially with social media and YouTube and all of that. And there have been a lot of spin-offs from companies, bigger companies as well. What do you see as a true Savile tailor? Who would you
There's
categorize as a?
yeah, the proper Savile tailor is there's hardly any of them left. I mean, it's become a Carnaby Street for me anyway. I don't think it's a bit heartbreaking when you walk down there and you just see the empty shops. I think obviously, I mean, it's bloody obvious, really, isn't it? It's the pinnacle of a suit, so it's the best fit, the best cut, the best tailoring. It's always been the same. But if you go down there now, you see a lot of suits that have been made in factories, Wenton or whatever. And they're in the front window. They're showing it off like, oh, we sell this. It's rubbish. There's nothing to do with Savile. Savile is about people. It's about people learning and dedicating their time to learn and make themselves better. It's not about profit on a suit. I mean, that's a business, isn't it? But I mean, no, it's quite frustrating. My father was in the trade for 54 years. I'm in the trade for 32 years. And there's a lot of people that have been the same, but now there's a lot of people that are coming in and living off the back of people that have put the effort in and worked to build up Savile. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I think Savile really, if you go to any firm, if you go, it's all about the tailor and the cutter. You've got to have a good cutter and you've got to have a good tailor. If you haven't got those two, you're just buying a suit. And some people, they might go to Savile and not pay £4,000, £5,000 for a suit. They might say you see something for like £1,200. Well, that's not a Savile suit. They might have a location of Savile, but you're buying something, and you buy cheap, you buy twice, don't you? You buy that suit and you wear it, and you think, oh, this is rubbish. I won't go back to Savile. But that's not Savile. That's again, not all tailors are equal. We've got people are out there basically conning you, aren't they? They're conning you into buying a suit because they've got a location. They haven't done. If they're not a cutter or a tailor, they're not in the tailoring business. Surely, I mean, they're just business people. So you've got to do your research and find what style you like. There's loads of styles out there, and I say there's a dozen proper tailors out there that are, you could go to and have a very nice suit. But there's another dozen that know nothing about the tailoring world. It's a business. So gotta be careful.
What do you think that a let's say a heritage brand like Savile Row, which has had a big history behind it with great people who had great skill, what do you think a place like Savile Row now needs the most? Like, what could save Savile Row? What could save Savile Row?
Well, I think they got to save themselves. I mean, I think, yeah, you just got to teach more people. But the thing is, the whole thing isn't the same anymore. People are in the business of Savile Row to make money, and they're just going to rip it to pieces. They're just going to rip it to pieces, because if you're a business person, you don't want to go in and buy a company that's not making any money. They're not interested in that. They want to make money, and the way to make money is out of these cheaper suits, selling them for a higher price. But if you're making something, as you well know, if you take a long time to make something, it costs a lot of money. So you might say, it's £5,000, but there's hardly any profit in it. You might, but in the suit that is £1,000, you're getting a lot more profit if you're making it for 50 quid. I think now, I don't know. You just need to teach people, but everyone, they don't seem to stick together. The Savile Row tailors, they seem to want to kick everyone down. They don't want to drop the drawbridge and let people come up and join us. They want to say, oh, we own this club and you're not coming in. Well, that's not helping anyone, is it? Well, we should all get together and maybe get a workshop together where we can train people to make, what we want. And maybe we can get help, maybe from the government. I don't know. I don't get any help at all from anyone. And I'm not asking for help. I just, that's the way we do it. We just get on with it. But I think you need a bit of passion, and you need to push. I know there's so many people. I get emails and text messages most weeks asking, have you got any space? Can I learn? Can I do this? So the people definitely want to learn, but I don't think we're teaching properly. I don't think that I think it's being diluted now. I think it's not.
Do you
the
have
same.
apprentices yourself?
I don't have an apprentice now. No, we've trained up. Well, no, but John's trained up his daughter Roxy, so she works for me. Obviously, I'll give her loads of work while she was going through her apprenticeship. But we might take on someone this year. We might do. It all depends on how the trips go. Because the first trip we had was fantastic. So if it carries on like that, then we will have enough money. Because to take on an apprentice, you've got to get a workshop. You've got to make sure that this person's going to work for you for a long time. You're no good training them up for 3 years and then they say, I'm going to start my own business in India or wherever, China or wherever they sort of disappear. We want someone to last, for the next 20 years. Yeah. So, but it's just I need to have constant work to do that. I get constant work now, but 2-3 a week is not quite enough for me to go for another coat maker. If I can get, if America's good, and I think it could be good this year, then we will take on someone. But it's a big responsibility, taking on someone and training them. But I'd like to do that. I would love to do that. I'd love to do it on a big scale. If I had the money, I'd have a big workshop, take on 10 people, and get an experienced coat maker in there to show them the ropes. And as I say, you can get them through in 3 years if you just want them to, if you don't want them to be doing base for the coat maker that's teaching. If you just show them how to make a suit and they haven't got to pay back that responsibility, then you can get them through in 3 years, a couple of years and 1 year on the finishing, shoulders, collars, sleeves. And, Roxy's one of our coat makers, Roxy, she's went through that apprenticeship, I don't know, about 5 years ago, I can't really remember. But she's fantastic. She makes some really good stuff. So you haven't got to be in your 70s to make a good coat. It's what people are telling you. If you take it on and you really want to be good, and you think, well, that sleeve hasn't gone in. Why is that sleeve not gone in? And you tell them, and they go, no, it's not that. And then, yes, it is that. And then, no, that. And then all of a sudden, the penny drops, and they think, right, I just do that. Let that drop. Put a bit more fullness there. Oh, it's looking better. And then it just helping them. You've got to, if I feel that if I had an apprentice, I would be able to help them because I can make a coat. But if you can't make a coat to begin with, and you take on apprentices and you give them a coat maker, they're just going to make the coat that he tells them. So everyone goes off on their own thing. Yeah. But you want to channel it to the same house style. I mean, that's what I do anyway. Some people say, we make anything. But we just stick to the same thing and try and master that. And that's what we do.
Yeah, it's a very important point that you bring up, because when you have too many tailors within the same company and everyone is doing something different, even if it's good, it's still impossible to really perfect one thing to the absolute best and really bring it to the next level.